Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Albion TV. It's Saturday afternoon. It's time for the EU Invasion Day as we're here in season 9? No, 10. What season is it, Shozen? I forgot what season it is. It's
Lewpac,
season
if
10.
you go up to the top right of your
The
screen, you can
final,
click on season
the
rankings.
the final invasion of season 10. Forgot what season it was. There's been so many. 10 seasons plus an Avalonian invasion. Technically 11. We're here with the first portion of Reset/Invasion Day. If you know, you know. All of the resource towers in Albion drop their ownership, and today they're up for grabs by anyone with the fighting capacity and the, will to take them. All to play for right now. At the top four, right? Obviously, if we discount Black Order, the Heimdall Scoia'tael Elevate is very, very close, isn't it? At the moment,
Very close. It could go any way here, but you have Handel and Elevate, which are working together. So I don't think we're going to see Elevate pass Handel, but Scoia'tael.
yeah, but they could just pass them with GVGs.
True.
They might not be like, okay, they're not going to go and take their castles, but it could just happen with GVGs because Elevate were way down before. And then, so like second, third, fourth is very, very close. 5, 6, 7 is also quite close. Native are a little bit behind, but Jungle and Sun neck and neck. And Black Order, I think Black Order might win the season, to be honest.
Do you think they might?
I've got to the point, yeah, I'm kind of thinking they might win it. I don't know what you think or what chat thinks, but okay, we'll get over to the action. And yeah, the TLI Alliance versus Black Order. Big numbers on the field. Cluster queue in play already. 17 minutes before the towers go live. Remember, at 6 p.m. UTC, the towers will go live and the boss teams can begin to take down those demons and claim the towers for themselves. But in the meantime, there's going to be a bit of a warm-up. So the Skylake Bridge is not traditionally something Black Order cares about, is it?
Nah.
It's a little, I mean, it's close to their zone, I guess, but I don't think it's traditionally something they're worried about.
But they do love content.
Captain Ziggy, big engage coming in from the side. Looks like they're trying to get a flank on both routes, but Ziggy's going to come out with the counter from the side. And that's a nice soul scythe and a lot of death on both sides. Actually, there's a lot of Black Order on really low health that aren't quite going to get finished off there, though. So that's a little bit unfortunate for the Glupio...
Lupio
Vizio. TLI Alliance. We'll just say TLI Alliance. Last season is in this alliance as well. We know a bit of them. We got a Crystal Beetle, a Bronze Beetle on the field. Don't see a Command Mammoth yet. A few Black Order getting picked and the others are looting him. I think Black Order got the better of that engage. And obviously, they have a defensive position in this tower, but they don't own the tower. So it's not like they have a laser or a sentry mage to fall back to. They just have this defensive position, but they could be steamrolled at any time. That's a nice clap again, but they're getting the lockdown on them, but the follow-up's not great. There's some Spectre Jackets in there. Artista up on that Mammoth, and here comes the counter. Meme is going to go down. Captain Ziggy. Oh, there's a lot of death there for the TLI Alliance, and I see some on the west side of this platform as well in a bit of trouble. Haven't seen anyone zoned out by the cluster queue yet, which is good. We'll see. We've got the new Hand of Justice hammer on one of the Black Order members. We'll see if there's that. A lot of halberds still.
Yeah, they've been very popular.
I mean, halberds kind of fell off a little bit for ZVZ. I think people started preferring those Clarent players. Everybody wants to play like a halberd or a bloodletter, though. Halberd particularly is a nice cheap build for ZVZ, so you can see why it appeals to people. Oh, big claps there. The TLI boys maybe overstepped a little. Some good damage coming out with the counterplay from Black Order. And every time they do this, they're just being whittled down, Shozen, aren't they?
Yeah, little by little, they just get chipped off here, chipped off there. We'll see how long they can sustain. Maybe some backup will arrive.
We Are Alliance has the hideout in this zone. Those guys are nowhere to be seen. I don't know if, we don't know who has access to that, though. One of these lot could be respawning in there. Of course, with the cluster queue active, you can't actually queue. Cluster queue's gone now, in fact. So I think these forces were just at the edge of the cap. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they've completely flooded every surrounding area. it was like just about enough to queue the zone. That's why nobody was really getting zoned out. So that's cool to see. A nice big fight. The current debuff on Ziggy. Level 29 disarray for them. I'm not sure what the disarray... Oh, wow. There's the Order Alliance coming in from the side. Looks like TLI are trading blows with them, but our Order and Black Order in cahoots. Let's have a look. Be interesting to see if Black Order... No, it looks like... Oh, no. It looks like Black Order are dropping a damnation on them. I'm not sure here. I'm not sure if these guys are together. I think they are.
I'll just move back and get a little bit of free roam on this, see if we're seeing
Black
any
Order. Black Order
Order
immediately went to the west side.
Well, that's what you would do anyway. You want to give yourself space and find out if you're being engaged on. But on the backside of Black Order, we do have TLI and last season coming in from the west. They're breaking into the west side of Final Order here. Okay, and I'm sorry, not Final Order, Black Order. Oh my God, how many orders do we have?
And yeah, I see some scattering members. A lot in this choke though. Black Order, couple of guys could go down here. There goes 1, 2. Every engage though, right, could be so much more for TLI. Now TLI hit a lovely camland coming out on the west side. The follow-up is there. The permafrosts go out. Great defensive locusts. The Black Order locusts are doing a great job here. God Laffy, there's like a laser. He's using the Apollonian laser on the side of the platform. And he's just deleted all
Last season just lost a number of frontline players here, right in the choke. That's going to be very difficult on their next engage.
I just watched TLI as well. All of their ranged DPS up on the platform as well. Just got burnt down. And Warrior Tech and Quakesy are combat looting everything they can right now.
And I think you're right. It does look like Order and Black Order, the Order Alliance here, are working together in some form. I haven't seen any interaction down south. Nobody's throwing any bolts or...
TLI could still get out the back door if they wished. It looks like they do have a poison lizard on the field as well.
Oh, another fine engagement right on the choke. Any follow-up on this? Nope, not much of anything to really write home about.
Black Order have a mammoth, they have a ballista and a behemoth. That
Return
behemoth
is real though. No, is that? Yeah, that's TLI getting slammed in the middle there.
Yeah, they are actually pushing out a little bit.
They're getting slammed though very hard by the Order Alliance.
Oh, this is going to be painful. Oh, Order! Order are getting friendly fired, and Order just lost a ton in this clump. I don't know if we caught that on camera.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on camera, but I do see the bodies over here right underneath the choke. And now Black Order is coming in from the west side. Great engagement onto TLI. They got 3 kills right off the bat. Are they going to push through, or are they just going to take their wins and go home?
That was really late, though. Like, they could have hit them mid-engage, and it's actually a Black Order guy that goes down.
I think that they were concerned about that crossfire after the first one where they took down 4 members of
Order were dying there anyway. Order were dying regardless. So I think they could have.
There's another engagement far on the west here, as you do have 2 chokes here where Black Order is being
look at a triple laser, quad laser. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. Unfortunately for them, it didn't do a lot. And here comes a surge out. TLI comes storming out the gates. They've dismounted the behemoth. Straight up dismounted the behemoth. The siege bows come down, but once again, the Black Order locusts is saving the day. And a load of miss piercers coming through there. That was crazy. And there goes, I see one guy actually get picked in the midst of all that. Holy moly, this is one hell of a fight.
Oh, Black Order is getting burnt in the choke right now. There's a lot of Black Order death from the high ground. And it looks like 4 or 5 guys went down. At least 1 guy from TLI, but a number of guys from Black Order.
If you quickly jump to the north corner as well of the tower, right where the crystal is, like TLI actually reinforcing from the back of this tower.
Yeah, they keep coming.
So their guys are zoning in from the northeast and coming straight back into the fight, which. Really, there should be at least a small squad stopping
You would think that Order would go up over the top. Let Black Order come in through the bottom, have Order come in through the top, so all the chokes are covered, because there are 2 chokes on the south. And
especially
right now,
considering there's no
Order is on the
mage.
east. Order is on the east, Black Order is on the west choke, and the top choke is completely left alone so that they can reinforce.
By the way, Order are full routed. And
really? Is that what's running down to the south?
Yeah. The Glupio
Vizio here.
Glupio is just running them down like dogs here. Like, just absolutely. Yep, thank you for the miss piercer. Thank you for the 8-1 gear. Lovely jubbly. And then they'll come back and get back to work. Mate, they just completely routed order, murdered every single one of them. There's a few stragglers still alive. And of course, this is the disadvantage of unallied allies, is Black Order can't just clap over the top.
Right, they can't just come in here and finish this off.
They'll kill as many Order as they will enemies, and it's not really like how you roll. There's a lot of bodies here. And I think Black Order are just tapped out of this. Black Order, they're still hanging. They're walking. They're walking north towards this hideout. I don't know if they can go in this hideout. I'd actually be interested who has got access. But Black Orders, they know their allies are gone, and TLI held strong against a double-prong debuff abusing force, and it's the walk of shame back for Black Order. They're actually going up towards the high ground and the hideout here. Maybe they're regrouping, waiting for Order to come back. Who knows?
Okay, Black Order is very spread out right now as they try to deal with the TLI guys moving down after Order, and more Order is actually reinforcing. The Order Alliance is coming in from the west side, so we might see more of them soon.
Okay.
TLI looks to be really down in numbers compared to the combined forces of Black Order and Order.
Apparently there was a PoE versus Shake Alliance fight going on, but it seems to have calmed down a little bit. Level 28 disarray for PoE right now. I'm just going to bounce around and see while we wait for these guys to regroup. See what's going on. Hammer and Sickle are out of alliance for purposes of disarray, I guess.
I'm getting word of another bit of action over here as Arch is about to be in a fight. I'm going to see if this actually goes down here. Arch is always an interesting one to watch. You never know if they're actually going to get into a fight. But apparently, Arch first, last warn? I'm sorry, Armor?
Okay. Who do you want to go to?
Well, right now I'm on Toxic Justin, the shot caller for Arch.
He sounds like a shot caller, you know. He's got Toxic in the name. He's ready to go. Yeah, we've got armor. Huge amount of armor coming in. The Beetle goes in for the counter engage. Toxic Justin leading the way for his boys. Defensive play. And actually, that's a really nice catch up north as the Miss Piercers. Arch have got a nicer angle for this as well. Last Warn feeling a bit cocky, taking that engage, I guess. But, oh, there's a big counter, though. There's Last Warn 2 and some other guys coming from behind. And this could be a big problem now. Armor are all over it. And Arch are they're just evaporating in front of their eyes. It looked clean when they went north, but to their southeast was the rest of the armor boys. And yeah, it's going to be Toxic Justin running for his life with a Beetle now because his boys are getting murdered and his battle mount could be in jeopardy. He might try and zone, but I believe he's in combat. He might be able to chill here. Oh, there's a lovely clump there, but I don't think there's any Arch alive. Did you see how quick they just disappeared there?
Yeah, they just got run over there. This poor Beetle. Justin,
he should be able to zone. He should be able to zone, I'm pretty sure.
Well, he's got one bar left, and there seems to be a lot of bad guys around.
I mean, he's in the Arch zone. He does have Outlaw, though, so he can't really go anywhere. Oh, he found his boys. But he really needs to respect the hell for that Beetle right now. If they pin him down, he's gone. I mean, it's only a bronze Beetle. It's not that.
Ah, he's gonna be fine. They have Beetles.
But technically, other than GVGs, there is no source of new Beetles Shozen. Where's Toxic Justin then? Let's get.
He's in the middle of the group. He's not in the front, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, a couple of Last Warn guys though getting separated from the pack, and like a rabid group of hyenas, the Arch boys surround them and pick them off. This is where these sort of like ratty bruisers, the Bloodletters, the Clarent Blades. They need to make sure they don't get caught. Oh, good defensive Icicle there, as Armor have got a really interesting surround here. They've got AW Gaming with a Mammoth to the north. They've got Last Warn to the southeast, and this could be a really big collapse as well.
Oh, here we go.
AW take a bit of a pounding up front, but they do get some defensives off. They're in the center, though. The AW boys getting murdered by the Arch Swarm, and even the tanks aren't safe, but that's
going to be brutal.
Was a nice counter clap. 7-8 boys go down in that. A few random Arch stragglers as well. Like, stepping on weepings and stuff like that does seem to be their weakness, Shozen.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to argue with you on that one. That seems to be the problem.
Like, clappers. Clappers seem to be the kryptonite for these boys. But luckily they're Arch, and there's wave upon wave of them to go forward. And they're going to go into Last Warn. They need to be careful of this wrap round, though, because it's a really wide spread to the northeast of Armor boys. And we can see Soul Scythes looking for angles. There's a nice little clump, though. Really good clump catch there from Arch. The follow-up's nice, but somebody did a knockback. The Behemoth did a knockback when they had them all clumped. Like, get that man off a Behemoth and give him something else. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if your boys are about to drop AoE on a bunch of dudes who have been stunned, you don't knock them out of your own AoE.
No, that's not the way to do it. You're gonna, if anybody watches the tape back on this one, they're gonna be like, hey,
Nero,
we're not supplying you with mammies if you're gonna do this.
But this is what they're doing. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful clump there, and the firepower's coming in. There's going to be death galore, and that is the game plan. When you have these extreme, like, number advantages, which it does look like Arch have, is, okay, you're going to lose a few people to their engage, but then you just run at them. Oh, Justin went dismounted and down to a quarter very, very quickly there. Icicles coming down defensively. They're going to pull back, look for a reset. But right now, Justin's going to have to wait for the remount. He's going to be on cooldown, and those battle mounts are slow. There's Ents on the field as well. Nice to see the Ents coming down for the healing buff. There's a couple of them, boys. Resets drop.
Oh, there's about to be another big engagement over here on the other side of the world as we have Arch. We're watching Arch on the other screen. Poe about to get into a battle over here. I'll let you know when it kicks off, and I'll give you a name for the Poe battle.
Okay, I'm
but
ready.
We have Arch versus Armor on one side.
the three Ents just sprinting to the back line there, low health. I love the way they run. They are really well animated. Okay, looks like Toxic Justin was able to get back on his beetle now and ready to go. The Arch boys still got plenty. Another Camlan onto them. The follow up from Last Warn. All those guys are going to be deleted, and Justin needs to get in there. Oh, he tried to get up in the air, and he got silenced as he went. He's not going to be able to do it. Nightmare losing a few members in that engage. Really aggressive Icicle positioning as well. The Icicle players from Last Warn are like running right into them, and there's big clumps to the east, but Hearts they don't really seem to be doing anything with it.
The fight that should be occurring soon will be PoE versus 6 City soon, as they're all in the same zone and just getting ready for positions. And
where are we going then?
We'll go on to Syndic right away and find out who the tanks are going to be off the engagement.
Okay, you want me to jump over now then?
Nope, keep watching this fight because this one's still going on. This one is just a bunch of positioning.
Arch, that's more like it, boys. That's more like it. That was crisp. A nice lineup of Last Warn, just begging to be deleted there, and deleted they were. But there's AW Gaming, the Italian Stallions coming from behind, and this is Arch have got flashes here, but the positional play from Armor is just much more coordinated, and I think Arch are going to be tapping out of this one. They've got their numbers have dwindled over here. And it's just, I mean, they're at level 46 disarray, so they are swarming back to the fight. But right now, Armor is running them over, and Toxic Justin might actually be in a lot of trouble here if they can get on top of this beetle. Last Warner just inside them right now, and Arch are being run down, murdered, left, right, and center. And of course, they might have the reinforcements, but They have to wait those 2 minute cycles.
Come on over to Syndic. I'm going to type a tank's name, Bazia, over in our chat window in just a second, and you can hop on that.
Yeah, I'm into Sunken Bow Spring.
And as I said, that poor Bazia gets caught out. Hit with the camland, down to half health. Six City is running through the PoE, guys. This is not what I expect to see right away. Bazia looks just confused. His Grovekeeper isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Syndic's got a nice point of view here. Actually.
All right, I'll head back over to Syndic.
He's it looks like there's a two flank. Bazia's flank is getting pushed while Syndic and the Poe guys are pushing into native on the south. But here comes the counter as well. That's really nice positional play from Six City. The Spectre's jackets are back in business as well. So it's Spectre's jackets with this new lifesteal food. Obviously, you get less healing while the Spectre's is open, but it's not terrible though. That guy, one of them there, just overextended with his Spectres, and a Bloodletter was like, "Oh, thanks, dink." Looks like PoE are going to have to retreat to the north though. I think they're trying to regroup and minimize casualties till they get reinforcement. They're trying to get the one-on-one shield. If any of these reset though, it does set them back a few days. So we're going to go to Syndic, I guess, is our... Farfo, right. I'm going back to Farfo then.
Heading back over to Farfo.
It looks like...
Lupio is currently taking on the Ninjas Turtles.
Lots of action then right now. We got Farfo and everything. Day. Wow.
Oh, look at that engagement to the northeast. That was brutal. Lots of guys from Slava going home.
Everything have come surging out of their tower. They had the defensive position. I think they're at a numbers disadvantage here versus the Sloth Alliance for sure. So they just got to be very, very wary of like the wraparound and damage. Although Farfo seems to be very passive for a Camland here, doesn't he? Oh, that was a lovely tear apart from Tamef. A lot of backline damage, huge clumps of Sloth, good locusts, but the front line is melting here. Look at those health bars coming back.
What health bars?
They were melted by something, and they're just like, whoa, pull back, lads, pull back. And that is... It seems like they've got enough to do something here, but they just seem to be pulling back. I don't know.
I think they're going to regroup and try to get another engagement here. As they are turning, we're going to see something happen here. They are very spread out. It doesn't look like they have a full wall in front of tanks. It kind of seems like a little messy here. Everything's coming from the north, and yeah, they're going to get the wrap on these guys.
They got a big rock and then like a sort of a canyony choke ahead of them, so it's a good spot. They have worse vision, I would say, right now. But in goes one Camland, just a little tricky. He nearly got a kill with it though. Like he was naked. I was like, why did that Camland nearly kill a guy? It's because he's out on the field with nothing. He's completely naked.
And on the other side, we do have Syndic completely engaged with Six City here. He's moving his guys back and forth, trying to find the correct position to engage from, but he's surrounded.
Should we go and have a look at that?
We can look at both of them, actually.
Everything are taking some hits here. Tamef gets... Oh, again, this guy Tamef with the halberd.
I'll tell you when we have our next real engagement over here on Syndic. His first engagement was kind of costly, so he's trying to reposition the boys. Six City has some real clappers on their side.
Tamef really making that halberd go to work, but they do eventually catch him with no Hellion and no way to sustain and drop him. Nice clap onto Sloth there. I think they walked over a Weeping and got Galled at the same time, losing about 6 or 7 guys as we move towards this canyon. And something just clapped everything hard in the back line. Might have been, wow, was that the damage from a Spirit Hunter? That looked pretty impressive. Whatever hit them, it was very, very painful. And this might be the go time as Sloth, the Spider Gang are coming in from the north. The Blazings are going down. They only caught a few tanks, though. Didn't really get that juicy, juicy clump of clothies that you want to see. But as everything peeled back, they are exposing themselves to potential catches. And this choke could be nasty for Sloth if everything managed to find the counter. And that is what they're talking about. We hope we caught that one. That was beautiful.
We're about to have a big engage here as Syndic is wrapping around, finally getting over the chasm and engaging with the boys of Six City. Elevate did a nice job of catching a group off guard, but now Syndic rolls through and just rolls over. I mean, just steamrolls through the first engagement against Elevate. It was brutal.
Over here. Oh, there's huge clumps of Sloth. And Sloth are really struggling with this choke. They managed to catch a few of the everything boys. And that's nice. There's deaths on both sides. Sloth, though, are reinforcing from 2 hideouts in this zone. And there's no cluster queue. So they're going to be a lot quicker back to the fight, I believe, than everything. So as long as they trade even numbers, they should eventually do it. And that, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Skull and bongs, as well as K-Bread. Wrapping round, but the claps, the weepings. Oh, these guys have really got to watch out for these mines, man. It's killing them in the back line, walking on these mines. And this is very back and forth over here in Sandmount Strand, Shozen.
As it is over here, well, I can't say it's that back and forth. Originally it was. We had a lot of good engagements by Elevate, but Phone came in from one side, PoE came in from the other, and they've kind of smashed into Elevate and sent them on a retreat.
An Elevate sandwich. Everything, a surge. You know, okay, these guys, right? They're beaming their spears, right? Those spirit hunters are getting arcane beamed.
Right.
They're using royal sandals and royal cows. So clearly this is seen as a big clap weapon, and it really chunked about 3/4 off a Clothy there when he was sat in it. They just got to make sure, but it looks like Sloth are pulling out. But honestly, 5 hideouts simultaneously against an alliance that's defending them is a big. We
got
ask.
more action over with Elevate and Syndic. So if you hop back over to Syndic, you can see some nice engagements on Elevate here. Elevate had a really good reset here to the east after what looked like a death sentence. I thought those guys were all going to die, but they threw down the heals, they threw up the Judies, and survived the first engagement. And it's a mess over here.
Yeah, I see the familiar faces on both sides. I mean, these guys were going at it for a good portion of Season 9. And then they were kind of I don't want to say buds for a bit, but I think their objectives aligned. Wow, that is a lot of damage coming out onto those Elevate boys there. I don't even know what hit those guys. These Miss Piercers, though, just cutting through tanks. Flommy on the field. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff here. And Cluster Q isn't going to be updating for 1.5 minutes. It's a big old cycle to get any reinforcements. And Cynic and the boys, they've got to be wary, though, because Six City have got a lot of allies. I don't see any other PoE forces on the field, though. Do you want to go to Loxy? Okay, so, like, individual people have got... Okay, there is another flank of this fight. Skyatel fighting jungle. Loxy is right up in there, though. And there isn't a jungle ballista. There's a lovely clump and some jungle get deleted. Native are absorbing into this as well. Remember, of course, Skyatel and Crimson are not actually allied.
Right.
So they're going to have, like, whereas the Six City Alliance is full allied. So they can fight over the top of each other. But when Skyatel hold a flank like this, like make it 2 separate fights, it's brilliant for them. Because they're fighting with a huge disarray advantage. And they're not having the advantages. That said, though, jungle just steamroll over that little clump of Skyatel there. 5 guys wiped out in an instant. And it's all about maneuvering, like, because now CIR were exactly where Skyatel were. And they've obviously had to move out the way because Skyatel are coming up there and they can't fight over the top of each other. But it looks like, oh, is Lightsbane marking the Mammoth? Loxy might be tapping out with the Mammoth here. I think he might just be saying, look, I'm gonna make sure this is safe. Syndic and Flome, the front line of the CIR force. Oh, they've got to be careful on this wall, though. They are clumping, and they're just asking for a group like Elevate. You said it earlier, Shozen. These guys have got big clappers. They love clappers, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And you clumping on a wall like that could be brutal, but it looks like CIR are trying to hold a line here.
I'm currently looking around the map to see what's still available. I have Everwinter and Klein. I'm trying to see if we have a fight anywhere near here. I mean, really, looks like Tidal is going to take it uncontested.
You kind of said off stream, like, that nowadays Reset is less watching people take towers and more non-stop fights.
Right.
Which is definitely a good comment on the health of the scene, like in terms of ZVZ. Because did you remember the times where Mercia, like all of Mercia, just went uncontested, and we just sat and watched people PvE towers.
PvE. We don't do a lot of PvE anymore on this show.
Whereas now, like usually it's not until the last tower's being taken that we even see a boss team. Usually it's just, oh, are you seeing this one? No, this is, oof, that is a filthy clump. Jungle and native over the top of each other, and only a few of them actually went down. Like, there was a real opportunity for the PoE DPS there to put this one to bed, possibly, but they've got 7 up. Okay, 7 up from the Phone Alliance are helping Poe then. They're not murdering them. Because I was going to say, if 7 up were enemies, they would have had big trouble there because they were right up their jacket.
Oh, Phone has been a member of the Poe Alliance for the whole existence of Phone, I believe.
Armor Piercer over the top. And Syndic and the boys are they're just pushing this flank here. And Scoia'tael, they should have been back in this, regrouped and looking to capitalize, you know? Okay, we could jump. Do you want to jump over there, Shozen, to Africa?
Yeah, let's go check out Africa now. I'm currently still bopping around to different zones.
Yeah, I'll keep Syndic up on here and let you know what's going on as Icicle's catching, Armor Pierces. Great catch on these native guys, but once again, they're not putting them in the ground and they're just creeping back with 1 or 2 bars of health, grabbing those resets and fighting on. And they really should be, you know, they really need to finish this. Although it's very scrappy over the top of unallied allies as well. You've got to watch out. Oh wow, there's a
I don't know if this is fair on this other screen here, Lewpac. What we've got is Armor once again versus Arch, and it's just another chasing situation where Armor is hunting down the boys from Arch.
I mean, the thing is, some of the best alliances here, they can field numbers that mean that Arch can't just swarm you. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the quality does come into play, because Arch have volumes and they're miles better than they used to be.
On the other side of Syndic.
Are you watching?
Looks all alone. Oh my god.
No, that is filth. We can't show that. It's before the watershed shows, and that you know that's the sort of content that goes on OnlyFans, mate. That was brutal. Both sides taking heavy casualties. The Clappers going to town. The Syndic's boys are battered and bruised here. Again, hugging this wall, just trying to get out. And the issue is Six City can't chase them, because the minute they follow in a snake down that wall, Phone's going to hit them in the side. So it's a really awkward spot. And there is a big old Camland follow-up. And bye-bye to anyone. I think there was some friendlies in there as well. I'm pretty sure I see a couple of Phone corpses in there, but you know, just one for the road, isn't it?
Yeah, we're down to 3 territories currently active on the map, so.
Oh, we don't care about territories. Is there any territories involved, Shozen? We're just here to see big claps. Shout out to Pipperton, by the way, whose his overcharge has broken his chest piece. He's fighting Pipperton on. He's fighting on without a chest piece on a Avalonian crossbow, and he's constantly spamming say chat, need a chest piece. Like, you'd think there would be one on the floor by now, but it looks like, oh, this jungle clump is gone, Zos. There's actually quite a lot of Six City native to the north as well, but I think what's happening really is obviously every time Syndic prods them, then Phone prods them from another way, Scoia'tael prods them from the back, and it's just like you can't, when you're in this situation, you can't hard counter on anyone. And Sun has just arrived as well. Like the Sun boys have just arrived over the top, and yeah, rightly so. The Six City have just said, right, this is not the one right now. Because do you remember watching like the back and forths in season 9 with those guys? What they did so well, guilds like Elevate, they would soak up an initial engage and then absolutely hammer you on the return. And they won so many fights cleanly like that. And these boys have adjusted to it. And instead of sort of fighting them head on, they're like, They're like stinging them. They're like wasps or hornets, stinging them like jab, jab, jab from different sides, making it so that they can never stabilize. They can never make a counterplay because they're constantly being jabbed from a different side. And it seems to be working insanely as we see another clump of jungle and native just disappear before our eyes. And I think it's a full route over here, Shozen. So if you've got something else,
not
we
yet.
want to go
I'm still
to.
looking around. That's what you hear, that mad typing going on. That's what I'm looking for.
Clickety clack, don't look back. Yeah, this is done and dusted. And the Six City guys, they gave as good as they could. They absolutely fought tooth and nail for as long as possible, but they just couldn't get those counter engages off because there was too much pressure from 4 different sides. And they got whittled down, and now they gone. Looks what we got that's still up for grabs. Then you said
it is being a member of the PoE Alliance right now.
But yeah, Frick's gonna get splatted a little bit by Elevate, but there's reinforcements potentially coming.
Oh,
yeah,
and
rage control, rage control.
Here, he's right up against a wall. That's not what you want to have happen. If PoE comes down and crashes this,
oh, nice counter.
Doesn't even give them time.
We talked about the Elevate counters, and that was what I'm talking about there.
That was a beautiful counter.
They saw rage control coming in, and they just went hard into them. And of course, Clap and Rage Control can't fight over the top of each other. Nice Mammoth knock, actually. Baby Pickle's doing some work on this Mammoth here. Good offensive play. And they're running into Diora Mortis, and this is the issue, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There's only so much you can do with one set of cooldowns in one guild. When you're being chased from behind by one guild and being pushed into another. Whichever way they go, they're running into enemies.
If they go south, they're going to run right into CIR, too. CIR is behind Fricks.
I'm pretty sure they're going to die here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're going to get wiped, but what they're going to try and do is, I don't know if they're going to try and zone here. They actually might have a chance to get a good few out, or they might just see how many they can take with them down this choke. Best thing they can do is try and funnel everyone into the same area. That's a really good play there. Do you see that setup? Dorko lined up his Avalonian Energy Shaper. And as he started it, Momono went in to hold them in place for it. Like, he didn't... I mean, usually the tank goes in, calls it, and then all the DPS go. But these guys have got such synergy and such reactions that the DPS fires up, and then he grabs them in place.
You got to give some props to the Elevate guys for staying alive this long when they're completely surrounding a really good weave by Momono.
Yeah, they're doing what they do best, and that's like staying as a tight force together. And just picking up it, like,
and they're going to crash behind the back of this. I think they're going to get the backside, and they do. Incredible engagement, great use of the Camland.
And look at this clump on the corner. This is absolutely beautiful.
Oh no, PoE is looking like they're taking some heavy losses from these last 2 engagements, but there's nobody left from Elevate now. What's left? They just lost 3 more.
Mosif went down, and this is it. No matter how good you play here, like. Even if you kill 5 for every man you lose, you still end up losing.
Yep.
Because they just keep coming. But like this force of 20 then doesn't have disarray, and suddenly they can make a lot of impact with a small force, especially when none of them fear death. Do you know what I mean? None of them are going to play scared.
Oh, look
you know your boys are going to follow up. That was great. The siege bows on top as well. Unfortunately, it was heavy hitters.
Just a little short, yeah.
They managed to pick off that tank, though. He doesn't get out of there. I mean, optimistic to be grabbing loot right now if you're Elevate, though, isn't it?
I don't think they're going to be taking... Well, let's not take him out too soon here. They are doing really well against overwhelming numbers. Maybe they know they have somebody coming in 23 seconds, offering them some
maybe the other 6 City boys are coming in. But if the other 6 City boys are coming in, then that means the rest of PoE is probably free. And also coming in.
If you get some One Punch Man in here, it could really turn the tide here.
Again with the big claps, and Rage Control are taking heavy casualties, and they're not really returning anything onto Elevate. There's not, like, the Fricks there. The Fricks should have been right up inside them there. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what Syndicate is doing here.
Look at the Fricks.
Look
at the Fricks up on top of it. He's probably screaming at the Fricks to get out of the way.
That might be
having spent a lot of time with Syndicate. Oh, Momono just got lasered. Did you see that damage?
But look at this counterplay. Really well done. Not a whole lot of follow-up, but a great clump, a great force to get these guys to move.
We might need a new POV soon.
Yeah, Momono
these guys are like, these guys know it's the shot caller.
And he's down.
We'll go to Biggie X is still alive.
All right, hitting up Biggie.
He is a Brimstone, but he might give us some fat claps. I mean, they're all fighting close enough together that it doesn't matter which POV.
There's nothing left here for these guys.
They are in a corner, and look at this from Biggie. Biggie's like, I'm gonna take as many as I can. Oh, I think he got interrupted. That was gonna be the juiciest engage, and I think that's it. Busted, yeah. I mean, you cannot knock that effort though. Like, those guys had no right to be alive as long as they did, and they just played balls to the wall. And that's what you got to do. You've got to weave all over the place. Like, if you sit in one spot, they're going to surround you and they're going to nibble at you. If you keep moving, then they have to keep moving, and they're trying to get out of each other's way as well. Do you know what I mean? They're trying not to hit their quotation mark allies, and it make it messy for them. Make it awkward. And stutters. Oh, there's the Elevate Beetle. The Elevate Beetle going for the door. He's going to be dismounted. I think, yeah, he just went from full health Beetle to no health player very, very quickly.
Melted like soft serve ice cream on pavement.
So it looks like Shake vs. Poe is back on the menu for the remainder of this season.
City. There's nothing called Shake anymore. Shake no longer exists.
Shake exists in my heart, Shozen.
Okay, I'll give it to you. It's a big heart you got there.
Season 9 domination. There's still a few of them being picked off around the place, it seems.
All right, yep, Ruden's going to go down here to the Fricks.
And another Brimmy for Six City. He's going to get clapped. Fake Mud. He's a goner. His loot gets hoovered up. Yo, boys, the Brim was not that good. Actually,
I have no idea who they're with. They are currently running solo, no alliance.
Okay. As a side note, guys, remember this was just the EU portion of Reset. Tonight, from midnight UTC, you'll be able to get the NA Reset with Shozen and Robin Hooders will be here, bringing you that. And if you haven't had enough Albion TV, we've also got the Crystal League show. We'll be back in like, what, an hour?
About an hour,
and a half, something like that.
For these guys, I think it's going to be about an hour because we're on a 15-minute delay. So we're going to be here at, 2020 or so? So, yeah, a little over an hour and 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah, so we'll be back very, very soon, though. But that was a very exciting, action-filled Reset day. We hope you guys at home have enjoyed it. So make sure you tune in. We'll be notifying you when we come online, but you can also follow the channel to get notifications and check us out on all of the other social media. But that was the final EU Reset Season 10. I now know it's Season 10. I remembered it's Season 10. And we'll see you guys very, very shortly for the Crystal League show, where we've got, I believe, going up to level 7 tonight.
Yes, we do. We've got some good matches.
So big points matches tonight. Make sure you tune in for that. For now, though, that was the EU Reset, boys.
One last thing before we go, Lewpac. I know you got to get out of here, but I want to drop a little bit of a preview on these guys. On Wednesday, we're going to have an interview on the AO Daily Show with Retro Man. Bogul, do you want to play a clip or two from that as a teaser before we head out of here?
All right, well, we'll leave you. Yeah, we'll leave you with a few clips for that.
And then we'll be back with the Crystal League. Thank you guys for watching. We're out. Bye.
We'll see you later.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how these changes have affected ZVZs in general?
Yeah, so the short answer is we think right now the time to kill is too fast.